We started because we couldn't afford to make rent one weekend. This international design conference was coming to San Francisco. I had $1,000 at the bank. And Joe, my roommate, tells me, well, the rent's $1,150. So I realized I have a math problem here. What am I going to do? This international design conference is there. So coming to San Francisco, we said, well, what if we just turned our house into a bed and breakfast for the conference? I didn't have any beds, but Joe had some air beds. So we pulled the air beds out of the closet, and we called it the air bed and breakfast.
I had all these problems with this because I had this company, and all of our crown jewels I had on this little thumb drive, and I was always like one stupid mistake away from disaster, right? I would carry it like in my shorts, and I'd like pull it out, and the connector would be bent, and I'd like pray that I could like bend it back softly but firmly enough so that it would keep working, you know. And I would, I mean, just all the things that people would do. I would still be emailing myself stuff. I'd still be carrying this thing around, my little leash.
At school, I had always been the guy who would book my friends' flights, and I would always spend hours doing it. It would take me just so much time to find exactly the flights that met their needs. And so by the time that I got around graduation, I was thinking maybe it would make sense to do this from scratch.
The image sharing sites at the time had this business model that really makes no sense to me, but the model was that I'm going to upload this image and then share it out, and then if it gets a certain amount of views or uses a certain amount of bandwidth, then it'll get taken down. And then it'll get replaced with an image that says, you know, upgrade to Pro and get unlimited bandwidth and stuff like that. But it doesn't make any sense to me, because if an image is so popular that it's getting all of these views and it's circulating around the internet, it's going viral, why would you take that down?
We were building a green home in Lake Tahoe. My architect actually gave us a spec for the heating and cooling system. It was about $15,000. And then this $15,000 system was controlled by $350 thermostats. It's like, $350 thermostats, what do these do? Cell phones are less than $350. These things got to be amazing. So give me the spec. And they give me the spec, and I was like, wait a second. This thing has, they're ugly. They look like computers from the 90s. They're all beige boxes. They have technology literally from the 80s inside of them, or 90s. I'm like, why am I paying for such junk? I said, I think I can design a better one.
But we wanted to solve another problem that I really felt acutely online. We wanted to bring collections, which was something that I always did as a kid, and put them on the internet. I was a big collector as a kid. I collected butterflies and I collected stamps. And it felt like a few years ago you could put anything online you wanted. You could put up your photos, you could write a blog, but there was nothing to put these collections up. And I think that collections, even if we don't think of them as the kid kind of collections, even if we think of them as your favorite books or your favorite movies, they tell a lot about exactly who you are. Collections are a way of people organizing the world around them, making sense of it. And you don't collect things arbitrarily. You think meticulously, how am I going to put this together? Who am I going to share it with? What does it say about me?
Because my co-founder is a glass artist, and he sells these beautiful glass faucets, and he was selling one for $2,000, and all he had in his pocket was his mobile phone. He couldn't accept the credit card from the woman who wanted to buy this faucet, and she didn't have a checkbook, and she obviously didn't have $2,000 of cash, so he lost the sale. And we were discussing this, and you know, we have these general purpose computers next to our ears, and
would
yet,
be an iPhone 4 or something.
The iPhone 4 or an Android phone or a BlackBerry or whatnot. But yet he wasn't able to accept that credit card. So we wondered why that was, and we answered it by building this system.
We were living in Boston, and it was snowing outside, and my husband and I were sitting in our kitchen getting ready to go out to dinner. We'd called a cab to come pick us up, and we realized we were out of dog food for Kobe here. And we're kind of like, you know, wouldn't it be nice if there was just a place online we could go, say we needed dog food, name the price we're willing to pay. We're certain there's probably someone in our own neighborhood that'd be willing to help us out, maybe even someone at the store, like right at that second. Like, how can I connect with that person that's already at Safeway, getting their own dog food?
When you want to meet somebody new, there's always this challenge, whether it's romantic or a business relationship, where you have to put yourself out there and you feel like you're about to get rejected and you feel overwhelmed, or somebody's coming after you and you feel like, again, overwhelmed, and or you're going to have to reject on the other end. So there's this like inherent friction, and we started Tinder because we just wanted to break that down. We didn't want to create a directory of people and just sort of let everyone figure out how to connect with them. We really wanted to sort of give people a way to overcome the barriers when it comes to meeting new people. And the way we do that is simple. We find out when somebody you want to meet actually wants to meet you back.
That it takes the average woman 35 minutes to sign up and create her first listing on eBay. We found out that only 47% of eBay users are women, but women are making 85% of consumer purchases online. eBay's not working for women. And I still have this closet full of stuff I can't sell. And I started to develop, to get more excited about the idea for Tradesy.